Welcome to the Oldwolf Workshop again. I'm Derek Olson, and it's been, I think, maybe 2 years since the last time I gave a shop tour with the video. It was my first video I'd ever done. It was pretty horrid to go back and look at now. So I thought since I'd just recently gone through and completely rearranged the shop, I'd go ahead and just do another tour and show you guys what's changed, what's gotten better, maybe what's gotten worse. Let's see where we're at then. So last time I did the shop tour on video, I started at my doorway, my entrance into and out of the shop, and I worked my way around. At that point in time, this end of the shop where the camera's sitting right now was kind of my dad's end of the shop. It's where I had his lawnmowers stored for the winter and things like that. The shop's gone through a complete rearrangement. I have this far end of the shop now, and we pushed my dad's stuff down to the other end, which has a garage door, makes it easier for him to get his lawnmower in and out. You know, there's no storing it for the winter anymore. It's down there. He can have it full time. One of the big things that the shop has seen in its growth has been the addition of a full-size bandsaw to the shop. This big 14-inch rigid bandsaw. I like my rigid table saw so much that I went back to rigid for my bandsaw, and it's been really nice to be able to take and just purely on the basis of being able to resaw boards down to thickness, this has changed my woodworking greatly. But let's continue on. I'm going to keep swaying around the shop and show you guys the rest of it here. So this was kind of nice that I was able to move my bench down on one end of the shed. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. One of the things I'm going to do this coming summer is I'm going to take and I'm going to frame up and put a window in this end of the shop. That'll allow me to open the window, hopefully get a nice cross breeze through here in the summertime. It'll also give me more natural light right here on my bench where I want it. The other improvement I've made is I've insulated the ceiling through the shop with some 2-inch styrofoam. Keeps it a little bit warmer in here. I end up using less kerosene in my little kerosene heater, and hopefully it'll keep me a little bit cooler in the summertime too, help reflect some of those heavy sun rays off. One of the other big changes in the shop is my version of the Anarchist tool chest here. It's allowed me to keep and organize all the tools that I use all the time in this chest, and keep it closed and keep them all protected all the time. What that's changed, however, is it's changed how I use both my sawtail and what I built as a plain storage shelf in the past. My sawtail now kind of has a collection of saws that I don't really use in it. Some of them are heirloom, handed down by family, and I can't really get rid of them. Some of them I've just collected, and maybe once I get them cleaned up, I'll gift them away or sell them. I haven't decided a whole lot. Plain storage shelf has a few planes on it that I'm not really sure what to do with them at this moment in time. But what it's done that I've changed a lot is I've started putting my hardware, and I've changed my hardware storage to being on this shelf, and I really like how that is working so far. One of the other changes I made here was I added this little rotoview to the end of it. I kind of like how that works. It kind of reminds me of my grandpa used to hang baby food jars full of little screws and nuts and bolts all over his shop. Makes me think of that. Unfortunately, it's plastic. We'll see how long it holds up. I'm usually pretty gentle with things, but we'll see. Most of the time, when it's not in use, the tool chest gets rolled back under there. I have a decent amount of floor space here. So, kind of working my way around the shop then. The next thing I have next to my tool chest is I have my joinery bench here, joinery bench, carving bench. Sitting on top of it right now is the cherry spice cabinet that I'm working on right now, an arts and crafts version of a spice cabinet. It's kind of in stall mode right now because other things have come up and life has happened. I'm trying to get back to it this winter time and get that thing finished. Moving along, something that hasn't seen a lot of use in a long time. In fact, my daughter was just asking about it today. My router table down here, it's still here. I want to get rid of it because every once in a while it comes in handy. But really, for the changes in my woodworking, it doesn't see a whole lot of use anymore. I also have an old joiner here that I threatened to restore a while ago, but I haven't gotten around to restoring it because I haven't really gotten around to feeling like I need it. I use bench planes and things like that a whole lot more very effectively, and so it just hasn't been the need. It just kind of sits here. It's such a neat old piece of equipment. I like it. I even like the looks of it. It's got the old Art Deco Milwaukee Delta look. But I'm going to have to figure something to do with it in the future, I hope. Moving down here, got the table saw down here. This is probably still one of the pieces of equipment I use to some bit, quite a bit, between my bandsaw and the table saw. The only other one that I use with great frequency is maybe my drill press, as far as power tools. Table saw on my right. Behind me, this is my dad's end of the shop. He's got all his lawnmower, his snowblower, outdoor shovels, rakes, other implements of destruction, all hanging out down there. The other thing I have here is kind of my mobile cart. It's got the small bandsaw on it. I'm not sure what to do with it anymore. I might probably end up gifting that away to somebody here in the near future. I have a little bit of wood storage over here. The wood storage is leaning up against my lathe, which is under this blue tarp here. I like playing with the lathe. I just don't get the opportunity to get to it as much as I like. So it gets to sit over here and kind of be out of the way for right now. If I want to get at it, it's just a matter of moving a couple boards and I can get at it and get some work done if I need to. The other thing on this side is the drill press is moved to right here. We're going to see how I like it right here. A lot of the shop the rearrangement is pretty new. It's pretty open to interpretation yet for me. It'll probably get refined a little bit as I go down the road. Last thing on this side is I moved a storage shelf into this, and the storage shelf has become my catch-all crap collector for everything else that I was running out of space for in other areas. It's got a little bit of offcuts and odds and ends, some veneer on here, some rags and some paper towels for wiping it blue, a couple tool bags, and it's got some old car speakers on there, other odds and ends on the bottom. To try and say it nicely, a crap collector is what I'd probably use a different word if I weren't speaking on video, but a crap collector is what I've gotten to calling it. And it's right here by the door, and we've almost made a complete 360. Thanks for stopping in, taking a look at my shop and this quick shop tour. I like the improvements that I've made. I like the changes. I like having my bench down on this end more than being in the feeling like it was along a walkway, which is what it was before. Like I said, shops are never finished. They're always works in progress. We'll see what changes come in the future here. And this has been Derek Olson. We're here at the Oldwolf Workshop Studio. Thanks for stopping in.